from FM.
No worries.
Lovely, we're live, thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming along to my decision day. I'm Kirsty North, the Executive Lead Member for Universal Services, and as you've heard, this decision day is being broadcast live on YouTube via the County Council website. So I'd like to welcome our councillors in attendance today. We've got Councillor Lulu Baumann, the fellow Executive Member for Highways and Waste, Councillor Jackie Branson, the Vice Chairman of the Universal Services Select Committee, and Councillor Sarah Pankhurst, who is the last but not least, I'm afraid. Councillor Pankhurst, you're at the end of my list, but thank you all for coming along. I know we've already got one item, so it is appreciated. We don't have any deputations today, so we can move straight on to that item, and that's the capital programme and the end of year 24-25 Q1 update, and I believe Patrick is introducing it, so over to you, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Councillor North. Good afternoon, everybody. As you mentioned, Councillor North, there's only one item on the agenda for today. It's the capital programme report for 23-24, end of year, but also Q1 for 24-25. The report should be fairly self-explanatory, but really just gives reflections from last year and an early forward look into this year. There are 6 recommendations included in the report for your consideration, and really the report really sets out the significant progress I think we saw last year in 23-24, around £143 million worth of work. And what that work does is cover all 4 of the branches in Universal Services, and you'll see the report set out by branch. It covers changes to the schemes for a whole variety of reasons, which are again covered in quite a lot of detail in the report. Part 1 of the report just has a high-level summary of the year-end position set out by branch, and then there's part 2 of the report, which is that forward look for 24-25, which I mentioned. I think the last point I was just going to say by way of introduction is you'll see within the report quite a lot of narrative around some of the risks that we have to manage day in, day out, which apply to many of parts of the capital programme. Those really sort of cover areas such as inflation, global events which impact the work that we do, and that has impacts on things like supply shortages, which particularly hit things like our construction section, and that covers both property and with the highway side as well. And I think it's fair to say that we are seeing a slight improvement in that picture as we go forward, but those risks are still very present at the moment, so we're having to manage those on a day-to-day basis. But that was all I was going to say by way of introduction to the report. Thank you, Councillor North.
No problem. Thanks, Patrick. I was particularly pleased to read about the improvements in the sector and the availability of materials, which is certainly an improvement over the last couple of years. So that's all good news. Councillors Baumann, Branson and Pankhurst, any comments from you? Everyone is very happy. I did say we'd be short and sweet. I don't know what the record is, Caroline, but we'll move to the recommendations. They are on page 3 and 4 of the agenda pack, and I am very happy to approve those. So thank you very much. And I believe I asked for the webcast to be stopped. So can we stop the webcast, please?
Thank you.